Hey guys, pretty exciting day today. We are sitting here obviously at the Shirey Winery, and I am actually sitting today with the owner, Kimball. And this is part of the Harvest Host that we stay out. And we've talked about Harvest Host before, but we'll go into it a little bit more later. But their winery is here in California, and it is absolutely wonderful. It's out in the middle of nowhere, and it's just a very small place out here. They have a very few, 4 or 5, I believe, spots for campers here, for RVs. All the RV spots are all graveled and level, and they have 30 amp hookup, 50 amp hookup, water, kind of anything you need. It's not full hookups though. You don't have sewer, but you have everything else you need right here on site. So anyway, I wanted to sit down with Kimball here and actually talk about the winery, give you guys a little background about it and some information on it. So, happy to introduce him, and why don't you tell us a little bit about your winery?
Sure. So as you said, we're Spencer Shirey Wines. My wife Mary Spencer, and I'm Kimball Shirey, so hence the name Spencer Shirey Wines. When you go through the process of being able to legally manufacture and sell alcohol in the state of California and the United States, there's a lot of compliance issues that you have to go through, and by keeping our real names as part of the name, that just eliminated a fictitious name statement requirement. So that's why we went with that name. We have 12 acres of property here. We have 3 acres of vineyard planted. We did that just a couple years back, but we've been making wine commercially since 2011. That was done at other bonded facilities, and we purchased this property in October of 2013 and opened the winery in April of 2014. So we just celebrated in April of this year our 5th anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So I guess that means that we're going to make it. We're just a small production winery. We're up to about 350 cases per year is all we make. But we make it with love. We do it in the old style, all open fermentation. Just small quantities of each different varietal that we do, and I think our success is that just people appreciate the way we make it and the passion that Mary and I put into it. Our passion really is just sharing our wine with people like yourselves that come out to the middle of nowhere, because you're right, we truly are out in the middle of nowhere. But in Bangor here, we do have 2 other wineries and a distillery, so people do travel a bit to go to 3 wineries and a distillery. It's a nice little day trip to come up, and it's nice. It's you get off grid. There's no self-service here, and now in today's hustle and bustle world, sometimes people just want to get away. So that's kind of the basic story.
Yeah, so we actually came in last night, and again, part of the Harvest Host, and we called ahead of time and talked with them, and lucky enough, they had a spot available. And so we came in last night, and he is right. Everything they do here is made with love. They're more along the lines of not looking for you come to just see their business. They're looking for you come to build a friendship, to bond together, to talk. I know last night we actually enjoyed a wonderful fire alongside them and had some of their wine, as well as the stars are absolutely amazing out here. Being out in the country and not having lights all around you, the sky is wonderful in the evening time. So it's been a great experience coming out here and hanging out with them. Again, sitting by the fire and learning more about them and their winery and how they got this process started has been absolutely wonderful. Being part of the Harvest Host and only having just a few small spots, it allows you to get closer with them, to learn their story, learn why they're doing this. And I believe you guys originally built kind of the RV area to help out with the campfire. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah. Mary and I are both lived in Paradise for many years. Our children all went through the Paradise school system, and when we had sold our home prior to the Campfire hitting, but so many of our friends and family were affected by the fire, and with that many thousands and thousands of people displaced with no place to live, we wanted to do what we could to help those people that needed a place. And in fact, Mary's ex-husband still lives here in one of the sites because we could. So yeah, we put in the sites for the intention of helping the Campfire victims, and then the benefit of that now is also because we've been able to open it up for Harvest Hosts and meet new people like yourself that come from all over.
Yeah, so I'm sure most of you guys know actually about the Campfire here in California. It was ranked as one of the largest, I think it is the largest in California ever, but it may be one of the most deadly actually in the United States. So again, there's been a lot of effort in helping out victims from the Campfire. As he mentioned, the gentleman staying here with us, he lost everything in the fire. Unfortunately, he lost his home, his business, and actually what we've learned is around 18,000, just over 18,000 structures were lost in the Campfire. People's homes were completely wiped out, burnt completely to the ground. They had nothing left. Out of those 18,000, I think there's only about 700 or so that are actually, their sites are actually completely clear and are able to rebuild. But again, pretty devastating. I think it's absolutely wonderful what they did to help out with people, giving them a place to come, giving them a place to stay. I know they mentioned last night that they had guests here that night, actually, just staying with them the night of the fire that it was happening. So I think that's absolutely wonderful. I know that this winery is great. Again, we've already had some of their wines, and it's been absolutely wonderful. So if you guys are ever looking for a great place to come, a place to get away from everything, and enjoy Harvest Host and what it should actually be about, which is coming together and enjoying time, we highly recommend this place. And I know they have been absolutely wonderful, and we really appreciate it. So what else can you tell us?
Really just, we'd like to see any of you that would like to come out and share the experience. We'd love to share our little piece of heaven here with anybody to come out and enjoy our wine, and yeah, that's what it's here for. Yeah,
so I will link their website down in the comments below. Also, I believe they're actually open on weekends, right? Saturday
and Sunday, noon to 5.
Okay.
All year long.
Excellent. And I tell you what, if you are a special Harvest Host guest and you happen to come outside of Saturday and Sunday, and you're a good person, they may even open it up for you to have some wine a little bit early.
That's been known to happen.
Been known to happen. So, but you guys have to come through Harvest Host. You got to come here and stay with them, and just enjoy. So we really appreciate you guys allowing us to stay.
Thank you for coming, and
yeah,
enjoy your time here.
Excellent. All right, guys. Well, let's go taste some wine.
Well, as you can probably tell, I'm not currently in California, and this isn't even the same rig that we had when we were there. Yep, I'm back here in Colorado, and I'm finally getting around to getting this video together, and I realized I made a mistake. We did end up going inside and trying all of their wines, and we had such a fun time laughing and joking and learning about all their wines that we forgot to turn on the camera. But I have to tell you that every wine that we had of theirs, all of them that we tried, were absolutely amazing. They all had wonderful flavor. They were all very full body reds. Matter of fact, they have one, I believe the name of it is Red, and if I recall, it was after one of their dogs. And you may have to check to see if they still have it, but if they do, I believe they actually donated some money from it to help the Campfire victims. So check that one out if you're there. That was one of our favorites actually, and we ended up buying a few of those, and like I mentioned, we came out of there with several. Again, I apologize we didn't get any footage of that, but sometimes the experience doesn't always have to be on camera to be a good time, and instead it's about the memories that we're going to have of being there. They were wonderful to stay with, and we really appreciated them letting us stay. Also, putting this video together for you guys. So now we're going to hop over and show you something else that we found in their little town that they recommended for us.
So this morning for breakfast, we found a great little bakery just about 5 miles down the road from where we're staying. The people we're staying with our Harvest Host membership, recommended it. They said people come from 100 miles away to come to this bakery. It's a Mennonite bakery and they make everything homemade. And when you walked in there, it smelled amazing. So it was a little bit hard to choose just a couple things. So we got a little sampling of several things. We got 2 different pies because Tori really needed a pecan pie and I wanted a berry pie. So we got a blackberry pie and a pecan pie. We got a beautiful jalapeno cheese bread that looks amazing. I'm excited to try that. And we got some apple cinnamon rolls for breakfast this morning. Well, what'd you think of that cinnamon roll? Don't do that. It's terrible.
I don't think this is gonna last until tomorrow. I think I'm gonna eat all of it now.
It was pretty delicious.
Very good. Yes, the cinnamon rolls did make it till the next morning. I know, surprising knowing me with my sweet tooth. But I ended up having so much of the rest of the stuff that I ended up getting filled up, and so we had it the next morning. It was still just as great the next morning. They home make everything, as you probably already know, and the jalapeno cheese bread was something I would probably drive back to California for right now. Also all of it, the cinnamon rolls, the pies, all of it was absolutely wonderful. So we have that on our list again to when we make it back out west, to head back out there and hit up the bakery. But also we will definitely be staying with Mary and Kimball because they were absolutely great and we love staying there. We're really hoping that we can go back at a different time. We were there during the summertime, but it would be nice to go back at a different time and actually help them in their process of making their wine or bottling their wine, something like that. So again, thank you guys very much for allowing us to stay, and it's a wonderful thing that you guys are a part of Harvest Host, and we love staying at Harvest Host all over the United States, but this is definitely one on our map that we're going to make it back to. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit more of their winery, and I can't wait until next time.